Hi, good morning, Pacifica. My name is Ramon Flores. I am with the Ventura County Board of Education. I represent this area on the county board, and my interest is in what are the various opportunities that the district can provide to all students, the different career fields that they have here to offer. So looking forward to walking around and talking to a lot of new people.
So my name is Sylvia Cates. I'm with the Parent-Teacher Student Association here at Pacifica. I'm excited to be here at Pacifica and looking at all the technology opportunities, and I'm grateful that we do have that options and choices, and I look forward to hearing what the speaker has to say this morning.
Ted Lawrence, Dean of Students at Oxnard High School, here to learn about the Alliance for Linked Learning and more about the academies in our district.
Hello, my name is David Swaven, and I'm here with Nicholas. We're representing the Aviation Academy at Oxnard High School, so for students interested in being pilots, as well as engineers or airframe mechanics, this would be a great place for them.
Hi, my name is Christy.
My name's Emily.
My name is Karina. And we're from the Health Science Academy, and we're here just letting people know what we do.
There you go. So our academy is about introduction into the medical field. It's sophomore, junior, and senior year. You get to learn about physiology and medical assisting. You get certified in CPR and first aid. So you freshmen out there, if you want to join our academy, come on and join.
Hi, my name is Stephanie Martinez, and I'm representing the TECA Academy, which is the Teaching and Educational Careers Academy. And our academy is about becoming a teacher or going into fields that relate to that. We do internship and activities like that.
Hello, my name is Mariah Smith, and I'm part of the Culinary Arts Academy here at Pacifica. And sophomore year, you learn about regional and international cuisine, and then junior year you go off to baking, and then senior year you go the first semester you go and do ROP in the kitchen. So the second semester you get off of third period, and then you go and intern at different places around the community. Like I'm going to the Crown Plaza, and James is going to La Dolce Vita.
Good morning, my name is Aaron Rogers. I'm a Senior Director of Personnel Services in Rialto Unified, and I'm here today to kind of catch a vision of what CTE can be in our district, as well as how personnel can support that vision.
Hi, my name is Kirk McGinnis, and I am the principal at Monrovia High School. Monrovia is located near Pasadena, California. I'm here today to learn about the academies that are here in Oxnard and to see if we can replicate some of these learning opportunities for the students at Monrovia High School.
Again, one of the areas, and Bijou had mentioned that, is it's so critically important to have our students be engaged, connect to linked learning, and the concept of linking the education, the instruction, the learning with real-world business setting. And so back in 2007, we were on a journey in this district with the California Partnership Academies, and we started with a few academies and have grown and evolved ever since. And in 2012, the board at that time, the trustees, identified linked learning as one of our reform initiatives, and that really was an important statement to say this is worth exploring, this is really a journey that we would like to go and begin. So we started having conversations with the James Irvine Foundation, Connect Ed of California, Linked Learning Alliance, and also the National Academy Foundation to fully understand what is linked learning, how do we expand our academies, how do we connect the learning to our students and real world business. So one of the things I'm hoping that you'll walk away from is you can't just go back tomorrow and all of a sudden put this in place. It's taken us 2 or 3 years to really develop the relationship with our business, our alliances, and we so much appreciate our teachers, because without our teachers, our academy coordinators, who really believe in putting the linked learning and the academies together, this would not be possible. This is not something that you can just go from a top-down agenda. People have to believe in it, our teachers have to believe in it, and I also want to thank our students. Can we give our students a round of applause for being here and also sharing that? I know we kind of had to get started early this morning, but we kind of were in the middle of the traffic between the parents dropping off and getting everyone ready to go. So a little background, in April 2013, State Superintendent Tom Torkelson came in, and we had our first convening, if you will, in this region. And we held it at the Tower Club, which is the tallest building in Oxnard, which is like the financial center. And we invited a number of business, education, civic leaders to attend. And we started talking about what is linked learning? What is 21st century learning? How do we move this forward? And shortly after that, we started working with the Workforce Investment Board. We started applying. We applied for the AB 790, which was the initial grant that designated Oxnard Union as one of 20 districts in the state as a linked learning pilot district. So we were able to get some seed money to kind of start the program and at least begin some exploratory conversations, which helped us build and develop the foundation for the California Career Path Trust Grant. And so most recently on December 2nd, 2014, we then had an event at Rio Mesa High School where we launched the Linked Learning Academy. And at that time, we described the relationship and the alliance we had with the Alliance of Linked Learning, not to be confused with the Linked Learning Alliance, which is a state-level organization. And the reason why we chose the term Alliance for Linked Learning is because the Ventura County Civic Alliance, which is a non-profit partnership that we've developed, really reaches out to the community and business to help business connect with our district. And we'll talk about that model later today. At this time, I just want to give a very brief overview. This is about the simplest slide that we can put together that explains where we're heading and what we've developed as far as the linked learning model. So linked learning is really the framework. And some people may describe the linked learning as the how, but we really look at linked learning as the framework, because you really have to develop not only partnership with the business community, partnership with teachers in terms of building a master schedule, really understanding the counselors also needing to understand how to help support students be aligned with the academies and where we're going. So right now, to no surprise to anyone in this room, there is an amazing amount of transformation and change going on in education. From Common Core to Smarter Balance Assessment to 21st Century Learning to the LCAP to LCFF. Everybody understand what I'm talking about here? Lots of changes going on. So how do you incorporate all this into a concept that really transforms? And by the way, if you take a look at the brochure and the concept of what we're trying to implement here, is we are truly trying to focus on redesigning the high school experience for the 21st century learner. We want to move our students forward so they can be prepared for college, career, and life, and that's really important. So if you take a look at the very top, where it talks about the Common Core state standards, which is the what students need to know and be able to do, to move from there to really helping students and our teachers really focus on implementing 21st century learning, which is the how, in terms of what we need to do in the classroom and really working with our students. We're really trying to move into a concept called blended learning, a combination of face-to-face as well as virtual interactions online. It doesn't mean that students just not show up to school. It's a concept where all the curriculum and all the content is online, where they can access it, and so that we can really build a blended learning environment. To get from the how, which is the 21st century learning, to the assessment and the Smarter Balance Assessment, it's really critical to engage students in a different way. And that's where our academies come in. When students are involved in a thematic curriculum, we believe they are more engaged. We want to be able to personalize the learning as well. And as we move from the Smarter Balance Assessment, which is what's going to measure if the students have learned the material, which is uniquely different, it's all online, it's something we've never really done before, so it's like moonshot thinking. We've never, ever taken a man on the moon, and John F. Kennedy challenged this nation to put a man on the moon. Well, how do you do that when you've never done it? How do you implement all these things with 21st century learning, Smarter Balance Assessment, online assessment when you've never done it? Well, it takes a while. It takes about 2 years, and that's why the assessments have been kind of put on hold in terms of the API and the STAR testing to give educators, teachers, staff to really understand how to implement all that. And so this is really a transitional period. And then I believe what's really the important outcome is, why are we in education? What does it mean to be educated in the 21st century? Well, my belief and the concept we want to be able to sell is, how do we create entrepreneurs? How do we get our kids to think differently about how to approach their life, their world, getting ready for college and career? Developing and inspiring entrepreneur. By the way, I don't know if we're going to talk about this later on, but the Oxnard Chamber is working with our district, and we have a Young Entrepreneurs Academy where we have, I believe, 24 students who are actually starting their business as entrepreneurs. This is really, really exciting, and this is our first year we've done that. So ultimately, this is kind of our model, which we will talk about later on, but honestly, in 1 hour, we're not going to be able to dig too deep We want to give a global overview, but I want you to walk away understanding how this has been put together and our relationship with our business, our relationship with the Ventura County Civic Alliance is really powerful. And thank you very much for being here. And if you can stay afterwards to attend our Academy for a visit, we'd love to have you do that. We'll give you instructions on that, but I understand everyone's time is very precious. But just the fact that you're here, and we have about 200 people here this morning, thank you again and appreciate you being part of this event.
Good morning. My name is Jim Rose. I'm the Director of Career Pathways and Community Partnerships, and in that role I oversee the, well, I like to think of our model as like a cell, and the inside of the cell is what goes on inside a school and the academic part. The outside of the cell is the world of work, and that's what we're trying to transition our students to. Well, I'm the inside part of the cell. You know, rather than talking about the theory of it right now, Dr. Samakian mentioned the idea of engagement, and I want to show you just a minute of what student engagement looks like when they're exposed to linked learning.
I want to tell you about a computer engineer,
attorney, businesswoman,
graphic designer.
I want to tell you about a future architect.
I wasn't so into all this. I was there,
but I wasn't really present. I just had other things I wanted to do.
But then, that kind of changed.
Something kind of cool happened.
I saw my potential for the first time.
And my potential, it looks good.
Really good.
It looked really great.
I started to get excited when that happened.
I thought like, wow, I can really get into this.
Like, whoa, I could be great at this.
And it's called linked learning.
Linked learning.
Linked learning.
Linked learning.
It brings everything together.
Math,
English,
science,
and art.
And it shows you how you can use it in the real world.
This isn't just high school.
We aren't just students.
We're future engineers.
Programmers.
Surgeons.
Geologists.
I'm not just preparing for reality.
This is reality. And I'm finally learning about what I want to learn about.
And it's pretty freaking cool.
This is my chance to do something real.
To go to college. To take control of my education.
The first in my family to graduate. To go to my dream college.
To be the first engineer in my family. To be the first farmer in my family.
To be the first computer engineer in my family.
This is linked learning.
This is my education.
This is just the beginning of my story.
And I'm going to keep on designing it,
drawing it,
improving it,
programming it,
writing it,
designing it, learning it, and living it.
So pay attention.
My story is going to be great.
Maybe you'll be a part of it. When you see me next,
you're going to be like, whoa, whoa,
whoa,
whoa,
whoa,
whoa. The next component is they're learning real-world skills as they go through. All of our courses, our technical courses, are articulated with academic courses, their math, their science, their social studies, and their English course. And there's an interaction through project-based learning activities that coordinate the aspects of learning as the students go through. The third component is a work-based learning element. And we're in the process now of working with our academies to define exactly what we mean by work-based learning. And we are also reaching out to the community through our partnership with the County Civic Alliance to build bridges with the business community, have them provide both direction and opportunities for our students so that they can gain some real-world, real-work experiences before they leave the high school environment. The last element, which is essential, is that this is a program in which students are not permitted to fail. So we need to have the personalized supports that students need, be that tutoring, mentoring, whatever it takes to address any student deficiencies in subject areas and overcome those so that they can continue on track with the rest of their cohorts and graduate together. We believe that by being better prepared for college, career, and life, they will achieve, and that's the whole goal of the linked learning program. Here in the Oxnard Union High School District, we began this experiment in 2007 with, right here at this campus with our health program, and essentially developed it from scratch before there was really any formalized support for it. Those academies have grown. At the beginning of this year, we had 13 academies, both California Partnership Academies and just academies that were basically unsupported. And we have introduced 9 more that are in their year of planning this year. So that slide shows you the various campuses at which we have academies and are developing and expanding upon the academies that we have. We have found support in the National Academy Foundation, and we are pretty aggressively adopting their model. It seems to be the most successful and the best thought out model out there for the academy concept and linked learning programs. The final slide I want to show you is the Rancho Campana High School, which is in Camarillo at the old Bell Ranch property, and that is being built out as a wall-to-wall academy. The district has been engaged in a lottery system to select the freshman and sophomore classes that will open that school in the fall, and I believe all of our academies are filled, and we actually have waiting lists for students who are going to enter that program. So at that campus we're going to have health sciences, arts and entertainment, and engineering academies. I'd like you to hear for a minute from a student who has gone through an academy program at Channel Islands High School. So let me introduce her advisor, Ms. Marla Friedman.
Hi, I'll be real short. I'm Marla Friedler from the Business and Finance Academy at Channel Islands High School, where we creatively engage and prepare students for real life by providing linked learning experiences for them while still in high school. So it's my pleasure to introduce to you one such student. She's a shining example of the power of project-based learning. I'm very proud to introduce Ms. Jennifer Morfin.
Good morning, everyone. Like Ms. Friedler said, my name is Jennifer Morfin. I'm 17 years old, a senior at Channel Islands High School, and I am involved in the Business and Finance Academy at my school. I joined my academy 3 years ago, not knowing what exactly I wanted to do with my future. Although for about 6 years now, I've thought about maybe wanting to be a lawyer. Being in my academy, I just really fell in love with business and entrepreneurship. So now, not only do I want to be a lawyer, but I can assure you that I want to be a lawyer in business law, and I want to open my own law firm. Being in my academy, it just really cleared things up for me. The benefits of the academy are wonderful. It's a great experience to be surrounded by people with your same interests. Being in an academy, you spend a lot of time with the same people and you really grow together. It's great because you become a family within yourselves and you support one another. If we see anyone struggling, we help guide them, and if we see them being successful, we ask them to lead us. The bond that we acquire and the way we work together is incredible, and it's an experience like no other. There are so many advantages of being in an academy. The opportunities are unlimited. Some of those opportunities are such as having guest speakers that teach us about our passions. Not only that, but also class trips that really teach us and help us network. But the biggest advantage here is really having the class and learning about our passion, our interest, our future. You see, for me, the opportunities have been there. At some point, we had a guest speaker who was a lawyer, and I just knew I had to get his information. And just by asking a few extra questions, I was able to get an internship over the summer. That internship was one of the best learning experiences I have ever had, and that was all thanks to my academy. But it doesn't stop there. Through my academy, I was able to expand my knowledge in business by joining the Young Entrepreneurs Academy, an academy out of school. In that academy, I have been able to learn more in depth about business. And I really believe that incorporating what I learned there to my academy at school is a huge advantage. So now, I joined my academy not knowing a single person. And 3 years later, I'm leading my class. Last year, I had the opportunity to be the president of my class, and this year not only am I the class president, but I am also the CEO of our class business. This is my third and final year in my academy, and I can truly say it has been the best experience I have had in my 4 years at Channel Islands High School. So with that being said, whether it's through school or outside of school, linked learning is probably one of the best ideas to better our education.
Wow, tough to beat that. Hello everybody, my name is Tracy Perez and I'm the chair for the Ventura County Civic Alliance. And being a lifelong resident of Ventura County and a graduate of Channel Islands High School, I am just so amazed at linked learning and the opportunity that it provides our students. I want to tell you a little bit about the Civic Alliance and our role within the Alliance for Linked Learning. The Ventura County Civic Alliance is a regional collaborative of community leaders and business leaders. Our mission is to promote a healthy and sustainable future for the Ventura County region. In our efforts, we have a shared commitment to bring the economic, environmental, and social equity interest of our region together to address priority community issues, increase civic engagement, and build community leadership. The Civic Alliance plays a variety of community roles, including being a neutral convener and facilitator of regional forums and a think tank for policy development. The Civic Alliance provides objective, fact-based research with our biannual State of the Region report. The Civic Alliance is a leader, organizer, and catalyst of strategic initiatives. Our workforce initiative seeks to build support for effective workforce education programs. Our focus is to bring together the business community and the education community so that we may work together to build a skilled future workforce. Our ultimate goal is to promote economic and workforce development programs that help support community growth and that offer all the residents an opportunity to achieve a good quality of life for themselves and their families. Our Workforce Education Committee really strives to connect the business community with educators so that we can really develop programs much like the linked learning. In this capacity, engaging with business, bringing business in the room with educators is pretty much a natural fit for what linked learning is about. And the Ventura County Civic Alliance is proud to be working with the Oxnard Union High School in this capacity. So I'm going to actually bring up Mary Ann Rooney. Oh, actually, I'm sorry, I'm missing a slide. So I'm going to talk about the collaboration between our model, which is the Civic Alliance, and the role that we play. So we act, if you see on the green, on this slide here, the green portion, we act as the business intermediary for the Alliance. And then on the other side, the blue screens is where Jim focuses on making connections with the educators. Mary Ann, who is our program director for the Civic Alliance, she focuses on the outward community effort, reaching out to employers, community-based organization, and the Workforce Investment Board. And then, as I mentioned, Jim Rose focuses on education partners. So with that, I'm going to bring up Mary Ann Rooney, who is going to talk more about her specific role with the Civic Alliance. Thank you.
Good morning, everybody. Thank you so much for being here. I'm going to step back to this slide for just a moment because I want to share a little bit more in depth about what the Civic Alliance role is and then how it blends together with the Oxnard Union High School District. So as the Civic Alliance, we are the business intermediary for the high school district. So we go out and talk to businesses, Workforce Investment Board, economic development agencies, and then community-based organizations as well to share the information about linked learning, about the model that we have here in an effort to gather them together to connect with our high school district. And then Jim Rose, who you heard earlier, he does all the internal, the education-related components. So working together with the colleges and universities, the articulation agreements between the universities and the high school and the colleges, and then also with the County Office of Education and our feeder districts, which we have many, that feed their students into the Oxnard High School District. So this education model is different than what you may have seen in the past, where this is really driven by business. So we have the opportunity as business people to provide advice in order to train what our future employees are going to look like. So to participate in the workforce training, have that information going out to our educators, and then we're able to grow our own local talent, because it's awesome here in Ventura County, we know that, and we stay. And so this gives us an opportunity to work together with the educators to train our workforce as they stay here in Ventura County. So one major component that we look at through the linked learning model is that we identify work-based learning opportunities. So the areas are in career awareness, exploration, and preparation. So within each one of those categories, at different levels through the high school district, through the high school program, they will have different work-based learning opportunities to pique their interest in an industry sector. So for career awareness, you as a business person might actually come in and be a classroom speaker, or you might have a group of students tour your workplace to provide them the information about your business. In exploration, it provides opportunity for job shadowing. Perhaps you want to participate in mock interviews with our students. And then as we're preparing them for graduation, that's the opportunity where we can provide internships, which Jennifer talked about this morning, how that internship makes all the difference in the world. So you're connecting our students to the business directly, and then it prepares them to enter into the next phase. One of the major reasons for success is the strong community partnership and engagement. And we are so fortunate to have a lot of strong partners who've come alongside the high school district so far, and we're going to expand that, and we appreciate what they've done in the past. So as you can see here, we have, of course, all three of the chambers of commerce, that's Oxnard, Camarillo, and Hueneme, who are working together with the high school district, and then also Alcoa, SunPower, Dignity Health, Haas Automation, and Oxnard College. We, of course, not to exclude the Oxnard Fire and Police Department too, who've provided assistance so far. And what I want to do is share with you from our business partner perspective, how they've been connecting with the linked learning model and why it's important for them to become involved. So I would like to introduce Mr. Keith Busby, who is the HR Director for Procter & Gamble here in Oxnard, and also the Chair of the Education Committee, to share with you his perspective. Keith?
Good morning. Like Marianne said, my name is Keith Busby. I work for Procter & Gamble. We have a manufacturing site just down the road here in Oxnard, and we have been engaging with Marianne and Tim, and through the Chamber of Commerce, and let me tell you a little bit about that. So for starters, as an example, P&G, we have a deep desire to invest back into our community. We live, we work here. We have the desire to figure out how we can help those here maintain and keep a strong workforce. A few examples that we've done recently. We support a local school, and through this school we've been able to bring them 5th grade class through to do a site tour, understand what paper making is all about. We've been able to do mentoring. We've been able to do something called Science Fridays, where every Friday, a few Fridays out of the month, we go and we teach them science experiments and get them excited about that. And this is one small example where our company has been able to invest and support the community. And when we learned about the linked learning model in the academies that the Oxnard Union High School District are doing, we just get more excited. So as Marianne said, I'm part of the Chamber of Commerce, and I chair a committee called the Education Task Force. Specifically, the Education Task Force purpose is to link business and education to create a stronger workforce of the future. So getting people prepared today for the jobs of tomorrow. Now, how we've done that specifically, we've looked at what Jim and Marianne are doing so far. We're trying to synergize with what they're doing and expand the scope. So the committee specifically sent out a survey a month ago to all of the chamber businesses, chamber members. We got input about what specifically challenges employers are facing today with their workforce coming in and their current workforce, what challenges and what solutions they believe would be help with those challenges, and then in particular what they would be willing to do to help. So the information is actually quite compelling, understanding that there are specific needs in leadership, communication, problem solving, in a variety of different areas, and then businesses identifying how they can help, and how they're willing to help, whether it be a site tour, mentoring, a classroom speech, internship, whatever it may be, the things you've heard today from Jim and Marianne. So the committee specifically looks at going in and trying to help Marianne and Jim, partner with them to identify the businesses, what they're willing to do, and what the school-specific academies may need, so that we can connect the dots and get the businesses engaged there. And this has been going on for some time. The Oxnard Chamber of Commerce has been partnering with education, with specifically the Oxnard Union High School District for some time now, for some years, and trying to improve the relationship and improve the education opportunities to create a stronger workforce. So it's only the beginning, though, like Marianne alluded to. If you can imagine all the little seeds that have been planted and are starting to grow, if many, many other companies and businesses would engage and be able to participate in this wave, if you call it that, it would be astronomically grow astronomically fast. It would be great. It would be exciting for the students. You heard one example of Jennifer today, and there's many more examples out there. It would be exciting to continue to progress down this path where we can get a stronger workforce, people better prepared for college and secondary education. So my invitation to everybody here is twofold invitation. One is for the schools to continue to progress in the academy model, the linked learning model, and find the specific opportunities for the businesses that are there. We know we need specific opportunities from the business side to understand what help looks like, where we can go, when we go do that, and how we can engage. And then the invitation to the businesses that are out there is to participate, to be very aware of what's going on. When the invitations come, when the opportunities arise, to please engage, even if you participated in one small thing each year, whether that be a classroom visit, a speech, a site tour, something like that. All those adding up would continue to progress and help the students and, of course, our high schools here, and then our future workforce in the county and the city of Oxnard. So that's my invitation. I know as we do these things together, we're able to grow the purpose of linked learning, and it's just an exciting time. And I'm just one small example of a company that's starting to get engaged more with the linked learning model, to expand that beyond the elementary level to the high school level. And there's many, many more out there I know that are doing things, and many more that want to do more. So that's the invitation, and I want to share my perspective with you about that.
We're here to kind of share with you our relationship with the National Academy Foundation. And I'm going to start out by just asking you a very real simple question, is share with us the brief history of NAF and why NAF has been embraced by high schools throughout the nation.
Well, NAF is a national organization that has been in existence for 32 years, founded by our current board president, Sandy Weil, who at the age of 82, I believe, is still going extremely strong. And he founded the organization because at that time he saw the need. He saw the need to better prepare his future workforce by reaching into the high schools in New York City. And so from that, I guess it would be some of the original lines and tenets of linked learning, preparing our youth at an earlier age to meet their employment needs and criteria.
And how do you see NAF model fitting into linked learning and the New California Career Pathway Trust Grant? By the way, the governor has added, if you're not aware, a second $250 million grant for linked learning, which is, I believe, closed on a week ago. But on top of that, in his proposed budget, he has 3 consecutive years of $250 million with matching funds. So the governor is committed to the Pathway project, and so we are very excited about that.
Well, you know, since the linked learning whole initiative started in California, there's been many different ways of trying to explain it, and I think finally the field has agreed that linked learning is an approach to transform the educational experience for students to better prepare them for college, career, and life. And so NAF, in its, once again, in its 32-year history, has had that same element. And so as we look at the core elements of linked learning, you know, academic core, technical core, work-based learning, and student support, NAF has had those pieces as part of their element. But with the major difference is NAF, because of its national partners, brings together and really emphasizes the work-based learning and corporate and business engagement within its academy. So in California with the Pathways Trust, just this last year we have had significant growth based on some engagement in, we've been directly involved in 4 different Pathway Trust grants, one here in Oxnard, one in Butte and Glenn County, one in Tulare Kings County. So because we are able to provide not only the model to design an academy, but also the accountability measures of measuring student success, measuring business engagement. And so on this second round, we are also heavily engaged with many districts throughout the state.
And we have a slide that we'd like to show you that defines the National Academy Foundation academies throughout the United States. And if you can tell us about the growth of NAF throughout the country, and especially how California is moving forward in comparison to other states.
Well, as you can see from the numbers, I believe we have 667 academies nationally now, and we've exceeded the 81,000 student mark. The strength of the National Academy Foundation is it is a national network. And in that national network, there are many different models and designs and needs, because every district is unique, every high school is unique. So we don't have a cookie cutter, this is how you must do it. We have a where are you and where do you want to get process by which we lead you to that. So we've had significant growth in the last 3 years, and on the statewide level, it's already up there. Last year at this time we had 81 academies in California. Now we have 141. We are seeing a tremendous growth because of our assessment process, because of our data proof points that we're able to see, and now because of NAFTRAC, which we'll talk more about in a moment, a really desire and need of communities to say, let's better prepare students for college, career, and life, but let's find ways to measure it as we go, and let's ensure they have a post-secondary opportunity that they can take with them for life.
So we were very excited about moving from 12 to 22 academies. Again, it couldn't be done without the support of our teachers, principals, and NAF and all the other organizations we've been engaged with. And if you take a look at that model, and they're not all quite NAF academies at this point, but our goal, especially with the Rancho Campana opening up in August, we're going to quadruple the number of students who will be in the academy next year. And that's significant because what we're trying to do is to broaden the base of the number of students who begin an academy. But on top of that, we're also doubling, almost doubling the amount of academies that students have the option. The number one question which I'm asking from the business community to be is, can any student go to any academy in the district? And that's an open enrollment concept. And we're slowly moving in that direction. One of the challenges we have is capacity. For example, Pacifica High School is about 3,500 students. Oxnard High School is 2,850. And they're really only designed for 2,250. So we want to be able to have this open enrollment model for anyone. That's our goal. That's what we're striving for. So the other area we'd like to talk about is how does the NAF model help us complement the Common Core and address the graduation rate?
Well, one of the strengths of the NAF model is in 4 curricular areas, in IT, finance, and hospitality and tourism, and health sciences. We provide curriculum as part of your membership. And each one of our courses, the Common Core standards are embedded. We do have third-party vendors, especially in the area of engineering, where we ensure that by vetting their curriculum, that they also address those. And then now, as in Oxnard, we have many academies that are not within our 5 curricular areas where we provide curriculum. We have designed a method to vet that curriculum to ensure that it has those Common Core standards embedded, and it also has the rigor and the work-based learning and assessment pieces that are necessary.
And we've heard the partnership that we're having with the Oxnard Chamber as well as the other chambers and business community, but one of the areas that we're looking at is how do we engage business community and how do we believe that business community has embraced the NAF model, and share with us the support of the internship program and the assessment model that you have put together in terms of building capacity.
Okay, well, NAF has always believed, and the foundation is that high school graduation and preparation for college, career, and life is a high school and community responsibility. It cannot just fall on the shoulders of the high school. And so with that, we have the holistic approach of the academic core, the technical core, and the work-based learning experiences, which includes an internship. Currently, we are working with the Foundation for California Community Colleges and the Link Learning Alliance to develop a platform called Launchpad, which is a matching platform to match business partners and students for internships. But it also includes our NAF internship assessment, which we feel it is vital for all academy students to graduate with an internship opportunity that is assessed by someone other than the classroom teacher. And it aligns, that assessment aligns to those skills, those workplace skills that lead students to success. You know, I think many times it's students or people are hired for their hard skills and they're fired for their lack of soft skills. And so we embed that in our internship assessment to make sure that those things are measurable and that they are accessible by someone other than the classroom teacher to really have the validity to that experience.
And every NAF Academy and all the students that go through the NAF walk away with a piece of paper that says that they are certified. What does that mean? What does certification mean when the student walks across the stage with that certificate?
Well, we have couple of levels of certification. Plus, first off, working at the academy level, our staff, our academy development managers and our other folks work with the academy on their assessment. Every year the academy does a self-assessment which we validate through evidence, and each academy then is given a certification level. But what has been added, which has a significant impact for the futures of our students, is what we are now calling the NAF track certification, which is if students meet the criteria of passing 4 courses with NAF, and there's several other options. And up on the screen you see the newly devised options that we have. That they pass the end of course exams, they do the culminating projects, and they have a paid internship which is assessed by the employer. They will receive a national NAF track certification that enables them to participate in the NAF track certified hiring preference that was announced by our partners last summer.
Which takes us to where, next slide, which is the NAF track. It's kind of hard to see and talk at the same time about what's up there, but the NAF track model that was announced in Washington, D.C. last summer, and we really want to talk about how do we take that model at a national level and scale it to the local Ventura County level, for example. So you have a student who walks across the stage with a NAF certification credential. What can they do with that? What are employers going to be able to promise and be able to work with those students?
Okay, well, just to take one step back, last summer, you know, some of our major corporate partners finally decided that they really need to put their money where their mouth and intentions have been all along. And so they said, we need to really provide an opportunity for students post-secondary to be prepared to go into our workforce. So they announced the NAF track certified hiring preference program. And with that, and you can see the potential opportunities for students that graduate NAF track certified. Well, since last summer, we have had the task, our organization, of really defining what that looks like. And how do we track it? And how do we make sure that students have these opportunities? So over the last 7 months, we have worked on the previous slide showing that there are other ways to get to NAF track certification with dual enrollment credit, with AP courses aligned with those things. But also really to say, when the student leaves high school with this certification, our business partners are also working with their post-secondary partners to say, if we are going to acknowledge this NAF track certification, you should acknowledge it, or maybe, and this is still in the works, I'm certainly not going to say it's in place right now, but some of our major institutions would say if students are going to have this not only as a post-secondary opportunity, but actually as a college exit opportunity, then maybe our colleges should look at having some admissions priority or admissions preference process with that. So what it really does in NAVTRAC certification is it finally gives our students something in their hand that they can take with them to say, not only did I have a great experience in high school, but now I have a future opportunity to be employed. With NAVTRAC, from our national perspective, is from our national partners, but we are urging local businesses, local communities to look at the same criteria. And why don't we as an Oxnard or Ventura County Civic Alliance group of folks say, let's establish our criteria for what we want to see. I know the district is in the process of developing a graduate profile. So as we look at that graduate profile, what we want all students to be able to do, that we look as a community and say, if students complete that graduate profile criteria, they complete these other opportunities, let's give them these same opportunities locally so our future workforce does not go elsewhere. It keeps building the capacity of what we have locally.
Mike, thanks very much. You can see why we were so attracted to NAF and the model. We didn't want to start from the very beginning. We didn't want to invent the wheel. We really, you guys have done so much in the past 30 years and continue to grow, and we're strong partners, and we appreciate everything you're doing. What's really impressive about NAF is the curriculum, the training, even the work-based learning component, which if you compare what we're doing now with linked learning in this district versus what we were doing before with our academies, the key component, the uniquely different model, is this work-based component. So that we reach out to business, business connects with us. That is a huge undertaking, and so it is our desire to have every single student participate in a internship academy program as part of that program. So we appreciate you being here.